Hi, have you ever felt like a puzzle piece that somebody put in the wrong box? That you just don't seem to fit anywhere? Well, that's the topic of this video. Is that when we feel like we don't fit in, God really does have a plan for us. And I want to encourage you, brothers and sisters, that if you put the whole puzzle together, you will find that you do fit in because God will make a way where there seems to be no way. And there's at times where I was like thinking, I'm like this little caterpillar, not even a cute fuzzy one, just a bald caterpillar looking grub, just moving around. And that really didn't know where I was going, couldn't see where I was going, and a bird could eat me at any time. Have you ever felt that way? Well, I want to encourage you as you press into God and you feel like you don't fit in, and that puzzle piece that you are in that box, God is making a picture, and maybe you could be the center of it in your relationship with Jesus, because you are always the center of the relationship you have with Jesus, because it's about you and Him. And the good thing is that when we all do this, we're all in concert and harmony with other believers. And we're all in that same picture too. So for instance, if you saw a picture of a forest and you felt like you were that grub, and on the box all you see is forest and a little stream and a deer and birds and bunny rabbits and whatever that's in a forest, that raccoons and all cute little animals, and you feel like you're the grub, well, guess what happens to grubs? They get to turn into butterflies. I don't know if there he is. And it's a process. It doesn't happen all at once in one day. And the process also is about, this is Betty Boop in the bathtub, and that's a little rubber ducky right there, is cleaning us up. And some of the reasons why we're not totally the way we look is because God's in the process of cleaning us up. So don't focus so much just on the process or what you would like to see, but focus on Jesus, because He'll take us through that process and He will lead us into paths of that righteous place with Him. And He's not done with us yet. I mean, as long as we're living and breathing, you could be 100 years old, and as long as you're still living and breathing, God has got a plan for you. God is ministering to you, and God will minister through you. And you can pray for others, you can lift them up, you can encourage them, you can be salt and light to the lost. And I have this picture, just saw it there in the screen. I don't know if you can see this, but this is a picture of a fern growing out of a triangular shaped hole in a rock. And this place is on Wizard Island in Crater Lake, Oregon. And there's lava rocks all around it that are a couple 100 pounds to probably 100 tons or more. And it's just lava. There's just no forest there. I mean, really to speak of, there's some trees in places on the island. But it is also a very desolate place. You have to take a boat to get out to it, and that they provide at Crater Lake National Park. And so while I was there, that little fern caught my eye for two reasons. One, it was growing out of solid rock. I mean, that's not great soil. Two, it was pretty dry and deserty like there. I mean, it's just not a lot of good soil. There wasn't a lot of nourishment for a fern. But that fern found a niche in a rock that fell out of a larger rock. And this large rock was probably 30-40 feet tall. And I just think of that God makes a niche for us, and He can grow us wherever He chooses. And when we're in the process of growing, Sometimes, as you've seen in that fern, there were some brown ones, things die off. And you know what? That's the sin, that's the old us dying off, so the new growth can come in. And when we're trying our hardest and we think we're failing, we can look at God and He is smiling and encouraging us, wiping our tears like a good dad, holding our little hands, leading us on this journey. And if you're an unbeliever and somehow found this video, I encourage you, when you're walking in sorrow and you're hating what's going on in your life, you feel like nobody's there for you, please reach out to Jesus at this time. And you will find a friend that's closer than a brother. You will find the peace and the joy that this world's not offering. You will find nourishment even in dry and thirsty land. You will have troubles and trials and tribulations. The Bible promises this. But Jesus will not leave us or forsake us. So if you feel like the odd man out, the one who's like that grub waiting to turn into a butterfly, just keep pressing in. And the cocoon of love that God will help you grow in, someday you will emerge as that butterfly. And I think this is one of the reasons why God gives us so many animals and things to look at, because these are all representations of His nature, His plan for us, His creativity. And we can always appreciate that God's not going to leave us stagnant. Sometimes when He grows us and bathes us and changes us and makes us new, the process is not comfortable. It's often, my best friend always used to say, God doesn't use comfortable Christians. If you're trying to be a Christian and you're trying to be comfortable, you're basically useless to God. It doesn't mean He wants us tormented. It just means don't seek comfort. Walk in the change that God is leading you to. It's a process. Life is a process. It's not, just you arrive and, you just kick back and, howdy doody, hunky dory, we're all fine for the rest of our lives. No. We do have to change and grow, and, you're not the same as you were when you were born. You're not that infant that's not potty trained. Hopefully someday you get potty trained, and then you get to go to school and you get to learn to read, and this is a process, and then you grow and go through puberty and become an adult, and then you can have children of your own, and God willing. And me, I could never have children, but I have been a part of a lot of children's lives. And so when you're seeking and pondering, just rest assuredly that God has you where you need to be when you trust and obey Him, and you're not that puzzle piece that doesn't fit anywhere. Because even in a forest, a puzzle of a picture of a forest, I guarantee you that God can place in that forest that the world doesn't see. Like you look at the box, the picture, that's what the world sees. But when you look closer, you'll find a butterfly in that picture. You'll find things that you never thought were there. And we focus on the glamour, the glitz, and the strong and the beautiful, but God has us where we need to be, where we impact others. Did you know that butterflies help pollinate? That even the forest might not even be there if it wasn't for bees and other things flying around transferring pollen. And in our life, the pollen is the Word of God. It is being salt and light, bringing that salt and light to other people. So I encourage you, as you walk out this life, don't fret for what you don't have, but keep focusing on the promises of God, and that He does have a plan that will bring us into Him and to eternity. God bless you, brothers and sisters.